Talks to Himself, a novel by Wright, narrated by the author. Chapter 3. The One Who Spoke. First utterances. Hesitant sharing. He did not speak like the others. His words came shaped by silence. They arrived, soft with long roots beneath them. He did not raise his voice, yet people leaned in, not because he was loud, but because his voice carried a memory they had forgotten. The first words he spoke were not for others, they were for himself. Not a command, not a sermon, but a gentle whisper. "I am still here." In daw, I whispered. And that was enough. Like the trees are here, like the stones and the rivers are here, yet even before them I was. Because when a soul speaks its own name again, it stirs the whole sky. He did not speak to impress, he spoke to remind. Sometimes to trees, sometimes to the waters, sometimes to the part of someone else that was ready to join the whole. His words began to shape the air. They softened the pain. They stirred old songs. They brought color back to forgotten places where everything seemed black and white. The world had tried to tell him, "Don't speak unless you know." But the world outside him was a lie, as well as all its symptoms. What he knew could not be measured. What he felt could not be spoken. Yet he still spoke, Ikadowan, the spoken word. Not from pride, but from remembering. He knew some Debawewan truths felt only in the heart. Remembered once they are spoken, while others need only to be lived. Not to be heard, but to be real. Not to be led, but to become whole. And in speaking his name again, good medicine, Minomaskiki, the medicine was not what he knew, but in what he dared to share. A part of him that was everyone's to behold. Chapter 4. The One Who Was Broken. In this new place, he was assigned a number instead of a name. He thought his voice would protect him if it was loud enough. That once he spoke, this new home would soften, the pain would end, but it didn't. The more he spoke, the more he stirred. Old shadows arose, ancient echoes came back. The silence he once carried in his Gashabadagan shoulder bag began to unravel into memories too sharp to hold and too fragile to leave behind. This chapter was not the reward, it was to be a ritual. He was not being punished with the yardstick this time. He was being initiated, a hazing of sorts. The ones he trusted, the other children, mostly turned away, not because my voice reminded them of their silence, but their own bodies' self-made prisons. They all cried into the night with no answer. We at least had that in common. Not even the trees bent forward to wipe our tears. For a time spent there, the river inside him dried up. No words, no wind rustles his hair, no fire could keep him warm. And then the breaking came, not all at once, not with thunder or show, but with the soft collapse of something sacred, his belief system. That physical strength alone was enough to save the day. The breaking made room for honesty, for humility, for a real ground beneath his bare feet. He no longer wanted to be a warrior, he just wanted peace of mind. And in that shattered prayer, in that barefoot grief, he found something deeper than his little voice. The quiet strength of one who has nothing left to prove. This was his crossing, from a voice heard outside him to one that resided within. From speaking to being. He was broken, but at the same time, no longer lost, but found. End of chapter 4.